Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive from the Moore's Global Finance podcast team. I'm John, and I'm here with Tiffany, our expert on all things finance. Today we're diving into something that could be really valuable for you, using a gold IRA to secure those retirement savings. Specifically, we're taking a close look at Monetary Gold, a company that specializes in setting these up.
Oh, that's interesting. A lot of people are looking for ways to diversify their retirement portfolios, especially with all the economic uncertainty we've been seeing. And a gold IRA can be an attractive option for those seeking a hedge against inflation, or a more tangible store of value.
Absolutely. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is Monetary Gold and what makes them stand out?
Well, Monetary Gold has been in the precious metals business since 2000, so they've got a solid track record. But one of their key differentiators is that they operate as a direct dealer of precious metals: gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. This means they cut out the middleman, which could potentially translate into better prices for you.
That's a big deal, right? No extra layers of fees or markups to worry about.
Exactly. And they offer a wide range of investment options, from the standard bullion bars and coins to something called semi-numismatic coins. These are rarer coins that are no longer in production, so their value is tied not just to the fluctuating market price of gold, but also to their scarcity and condition. Think of them as hidden gems within the precious metals world, potentially boosting your IRA's value over the long term.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So they're offering a way to potentially beat the market just within the gold itself. Now, for someone considering Monetary Gold, what are the big pros and cons they should be weighing?
Let's start with the positives. Monetary Gold boasts a really high customer satisfaction rate, which always gives me a sense of confidence in a company. And they've got a team of experienced professionals to guide you through the entire process, which can be invaluable, especially for those new to gold IRAs.
I bet that's a relief for a lot of folks. Having someone to walk you through all the complexities of setting up and managing a gold IRA can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. Plus, they offer competitive prices and interest rates, and they make the account opening process super straightforward. They even cover up to 5 years of custodial fees for eligible clients, which is a pretty sweet perk. And for those who may not have a huge chunk of money to invest right away, they have a low minimum investment requirement starting at just $5,000. So they've really tried to make gold IRAs accessible.
That accessibility is huge. It opens up this investment opportunity to a much wider audience. But you mentioned cons earlier. Are there any red flags or potential downsides to be aware of?
There are a couple of things to consider. One is the regulatory risks associated with privately held IRAs. Now, this isn't unique to Monetary Gold, but it's something to be aware of with any self-directed IRA. Essentially, the regulations surrounding these types of IRAs can change, which could potentially impact your investment down the line.
So it's not a set it and forget it situation. You need to stay informed about potential regulatory shifts that could affect your gold IRA.
Right. And it's worth noting that while they offer a broad selection of gold and silver products, their options for platinum and palladium are a bit limited. So if those metals are primary interest for you, Monetary Gold might not be the best fit.
I see. So it's important to assess your precious metals priorities and see if Monetary Gold aligns with those.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right match for your specific investment goals.
So let's say someone's hearing all of this and they're thinking, okay, Monetary Gold sounds interesting. How do I actually get started with them? What's that process like?
Well, they've made it pretty easy. You can register online, or if you prefer a more personal touch, you can schedule a direct consultation with one of their precious metals specialists. They aim to get your account set up quickly, usually within 48 to 72 hours. You can either transfer funds from an existing IRA or 401k, or you can make new contributions.
So you've got options in terms of funding the account. What about choosing the actual precious metals to invest in? That can feel a bit overwhelming, right?
It definitely can be. But here's the great part. Monetary Gold assigns a dedicated specialist to each client. They'll work with you every step of the way, from helping you choose the right precious metals for your goals to guiding you through the account setup, funding purchasing, and even transferring your metals to a secure depository.
Wow. So it's a really hands-on, personalized approach. You're not just left to figure it out on your own. Now, speaking of precious metals, let's break down the different types they offer. You mentioned bullion earlier, but I know there's more to it than that.
Right. They offer three main categories: bullion, semi-numismatics, and certified and graded coins.
Okay, so bullion, those are your standard government-minted bars and coins, right?
Exactly. Their prices are directly tied to the market demand for gold. So think of them as the foundation of many gold IRAs.
And then there are the semi-numismatics, those rarer coins we talked about earlier. They add a different dimension to the investment because their value is also influenced by their scarcity and condition.
And finally, there are the certified and graded coins. These are more like collector's items. They've been evaluated by independent grading services for their authenticity, rarity, and condition, and their value is often significantly higher than the spot price of gold.
So it's kind of like choosing between a solid blue chip stock, a promising small cap company, and a rare antique. Each has its own risk and reward profile within the world of precious metals.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. It really highlights the diversity of investment options within a gold IRA.
Speaking of investments, let's talk about the costs involved with a monetary gold IRA. I know fees can be a big concern for people. What can you tell us about that?
Well, one piece of good news is that they don't charge any account opening fees. However, there is a minimum investment requirement, which ranges from $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the custodian you choose.
Okay, so that's something to factor into your decision-making process. Are there any penalties for early withdrawals, like with some traditional IRAs?
Actually, no. The IRS considers transferring your assets from one custodian to another a transfer, not a withdrawal. So you won't get hit with those early withdrawal penalties.
That's a relief. What about ongoing fees, like annual maintenance or storage fees?
They do have an annual storage fee, which starts at $100 for up to $100,000 in assets. For anything above that, it increases by $1 for every additional $1,000. That fee covers the secure storage and insurance of your precious metals at a reputable depository.
So that makes sense. You're paying for the peace of mind of knowing your investments are safe and sound.
Right. And like any company dealing with precious metals, Monetary Gold does have markups on the metals you purchase. However, because they're a direct dealer, their markups tend to be lower than many other companies in the industry.
So potentially saving you money in the long run. One thing I appreciate about Monetary Gold is their transparency. They seem to be upfront about their fees and pricing structure, which can be really helpful for making informed decisions.
I agree. Transparency is key in any financial relationship. And speaking of things that set Monetary Gold apart, let's talk about their commitment to customer service.
Yes, I've heard they go above and beyond for their clients.
They do. Their team of dedicated and knowledgeable professionals is available during extended business hours, which is a big plus for anyone juggling a busy schedule or living in a different time zone. They even align their hours with the New York Stock Exchange, so you can reach them conveniently during regular trading hours no matter where you are in the country.
That's really thoughtful. It shows they're putting the client's needs first. And on top of that, they offer free monthly workshops on topics relevant to precious metals investors.
These workshops are a fantastic resource. They cover everything from central bank policies and inflation to the mechanics of gold IRAs. It's a great opportunity to deepen your understanding of the precious metals market and get your questions answered by experts, all for free.
That's impressive. They're really investing in educating their clients, empowering them to make smart decisions. It's not just about making a sale. It's about building long-term trust.
Exactly. And speaking of trust, let's talk about their approach to custodianship and storage, because that's a big concern for anyone investing in precious metals.
For sure. You want to know your investments are in safe hands?
Absolutely. Monetary Gold uses a highly reputable third-party organization called Gold Star Trust for custodial services. This means that Gold Star Trust holds your precious metals on your behalf within your IRA, ensuring they are legally separate from Monetary Gold assets.
Okay, so that adds an extra layer of protection and accountability.
Right, and for storage, they partner with the Delaware Depository, a highly secure facility that specializes in the storage of precious metals. You have the option of segregated storage, where your metals are held separately from other clients' assets, or non-segregated storage, which is often a more cost-effective option. And it's all insured by Lloyd's of London, a global leader in insurance.
So they've really thought through every aspect of security and peace of mind. It's not just about buying and selling, it's about protecting your investment for the long haul. Now, after hearing all of this, the big question on everyone's mind is probably, should I trust Monetary Gold?
That's a valid question. And ultimately, the decision to trust any company with your hard-earned money is a personal one. However, Monetary Gold does have a lot going for them. They've built a solid reputation over their years in business, evidenced by their high customer satisfaction ratings and accreditation from reputable organizations like the Better Business Bureau. They hold an A+ rating from the BBB and have also received excellent ratings from TrustLink and BCA. These are all strong indicators that they are a legitimate and trustworthy company.
So there's a strong track record of positive experiences. But like you said, doing your due diligence is still crucial.
Always. Reading independent reviews, comparing them to other gold IRA providers, and perhaps even speaking to current clients if you have the opportunity can provide valuable insights.
Now, shifting gears a bit, I'm curious about What kind of investor would be a good fit for monetary gold? Who do you think would benefit most from their services?
Well, they seem to cater to a wide range of investors, but they'd be a particularly good fit for anyone seeking a hedge against inflation or a store of value that feels a bit more tangible than traditional stocks and bonds.
Right, gold has historically held its value well, especially during times of economic uncertainty.
Exactly. So, for those who are concerned about the potential erosion of their purchasing power due to inflation, adding some gold to their portfolio could provide a sense of stability.
And for those who are in it for the long haul, believing in the potential of rising gold prices over time, a gold IRA could be a way to capitalize on that trend.
However, it's crucial to remember that gold, like any investment, is subject to price fluctuations. While it can be a hedge against inflation, it's not a guaranteed path to quick riches.
Right. Diversification is key. A gold IRA shouldn't be your only investment. It should be part of a well-balanced portfolio that aligns with your overall financial goals and risk tolerance.
And it's worth noting that monetary gold seems to cater to investors with a moderate risk tolerance. They offer a blend of stability and potential growth, but they're not focused on high-risk, high-reward strategies. So someone seeking more aggressive growth might need to look elsewhere.
It sounds like they're offering a pretty solid option for folks, you know, especially those looking to branch out with their retirement savings and explore the world of gold IRAs. They've got that long track record we talked about and a wide selection of those precious metals to choose from, and competitive pricing too.
Right, and don't forget about their team of experts ready to guide you every step of the way. Their commitment to transparency and security is really important too. It seems like they're focused on building trust with their clients, which is so important.
Absolutely, and those monthly workshops, those are a big plus for me. Shows they really want to empower their clients, help them really understand this stuff, precious metals investing.
Yeah, knowledge is power. But as we've said, no investment is perfect. It's about what works for you, what aligns with your goals and your comfort level. A gold IRA could be a good option for some folks, but you always got to do your research.
Absolutely. That's where all those resources on the Moore's Global Finance website can help if you want to learn more about gold IRAs and precious metals.
Yeah, and one last thought. Think about how gold has performed over time, especially during tough economic times. Could adding some gold to your portfolio give you that extra security you're looking for?
Yeah, something to think about. Thank you so much for your expertise on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And everyone listening, we hope this deep dive into monetary gold has given you some things to consider as you plan for your financial future. Keep in mind, knowledge is power. The more you know about your options, the better.
Yeah, explore, keep learning.
That's a wrap for this deep dive from the Moore's Global Finance podcast team. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.